Hi, this is Dix from 51st Quadrant. Today we're gonna fly the A4. We're gonna go over the startup sequence and we're gonna use the navigation systems. So to actually start up the plane, you're gonna need to request ground power from the ground crew, and to do that, since the A4 it's a mod and DCS doesn't allow mods to use the radio, you're gonna just scream to the ground crew, and to do that you need to open up the canopy and ask ground crew for electric power.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Once you get ground power, you should see the hover on the right side of the plane.
Ground power is now on.
That is that. So we can close the canopy back again. Let's get some lights on. Panel lights, instrument lights. Okay. Now to start up the plane, you just need to right click twice on the throttle, left click the starter switch, and watch the RPMs. Once the RPMs reach 10%, you can left click again on the starter button and watch them increase. By the increase, we can set the navigation system on standby and the ground radar on standby. Okay, we have now reached over 50% RPMs, so we can open up the canopy again and tell ground crew to switch the ground power off.
Turn off the ground power.
Once it's off, the hover will disappear again.
Ground power is now off.
Close the canopy. Now, before we taxi, we need lights. So, master light switch on the left side of the throttle, right click on it to pull it forward, and on the right side of the cockpit you can switch taxi light on, anti-collision lights on, fuselage, put it on flashing lights, wing and tail light. Yeah, yes, you can see taxi light is on and the wing lights are on, and we're set to go. Before we do, we're gonna set the TACAN for the carrier that we're gonna visit later. To do that, switch the TACAN on TR and select channel 74, which is the TACAN for the carrier we have in this mission. You can right click to increase the number, left click to decrease it. And TACAN is set. Now, the first part of the navigation will be using the nav system here. This is showing your current position, and you don't ever want to touch this and this, otherwise it will be offsetted. And you want to use the destination input. So you have two destinations here you can select. You can store actually in this system D1 and D2. To change D1, you can just input numbers here. As you can see, if you go to D2, number will change. If you go back to D1, this will still be selected. Now we're gonna go to Gdada. So open up the map from Sochi. We want to go over Gdada on the map. On the top left side of the screen, you can see the coordinates to Gdada. When you over the mouse over it, coordinates are 4306 north, 4034 east. So you go back to your cockpit and you set 4306. will do north and 40, 34, east. So this should bring us to Gutauda. How you read this in the instruments, you just go here at the compass, switch this selector from is now pointing at the TACAN, but it's not receiving any TACAN signal, so you want to right click on it, pull it up, and we use the nav computer, and it's showing that data is our 120 degrees 34 miles away. So we can now taxi. There are other A4s taxiing in front of us. I think we can try and use this taxiway to take off before they do. Sorry, mate. Let's make sure they are not launching yet, which they aren't. So taking the taxi, taking the runway. Throttle forward. You may want to pull the stick forward just a bit to avoid some wobbling on the nose. There is 140 rotating. There is quite some wind here. Gear up. Now let's go through these clouds. And we're off. Now, let's throttle back just a bit, and now we're gonna go over the autopilot system just to make our life easier. So on the left side here you have autopilot. It needs to be on standby just for a few seconds before engaging. Then we are gonna to engage both altitude autopilot and heading select autopilot. So our heading is set on 115 pretty much. So we're gonna select it here. Then engage autopilot. It will take over altitude, and then once we engage heading selector, the plate should start turning towards our desired heading. can see our distance from our destination here. Okay, we can set 100 here now. Yeah, of course, quite a bit. Okay, on the nose. Should be rolling out now. Distance is in miles, so we are 12 miles from Gdata. Or we can also unlock the crown radar, which we forgot earlier. Let's set 450 feet. Okay, let's start our descent. First, disengage autopilot. And there she is, Gudata. So if you now want to go back to Sashi, we didn't change the value for D2. Right click on D2 and we'll bring you back to Sashi, but we're not gonna do that just now. This time we're going to select Taken, which is on 74, which is the standing Taken in this mission. So left click, use the Taken, and we can see the heading is 300 to reach the ship. And the ship is roughly 25 miles north of us. Ooh, sorry. I was looking at the weather. There is some really bad weather out there. Let's get lights off. Okay, we are 10 miles out of the carrier. But we have no idea what their heading is. Six miles. That was the ground radar altitude warning. Probably too low in this weather. Should be 2 miles from the ship. We can still not see it. Takan says we flew right past it. Okay, let's get 5-6 miles away and then let's turn. Four miles from the ship. On our nose. We're losing too much altitude here. Let's engage flaps. Gear down. Three miles. See the bull? Okay, I see the shape of the ship now. Now we just want to fly the bull. Okay, we are on glide path. Be high. Ooh, very high. that's it. And that's how you fly a ship in the middle of the ocean. Thanks to our Takeoff system. That's it. Let's get our lights off. Let's ask for chocks.
Chief, place the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
And we can stop the plane by left clicking on the throttle twice. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Hope you find this useful or enjoyed it. Bye bye.